Ira Epstein with the Morning Flash Update for Tuesday, and we're at the 19th of March, 2024, 8:20 a.m. Central Time. Before we get to all the markets, and there's a lot of action to talk about, I think we go right off to the news. Housing starts up 10%. The market expected up 6.5%, but that's a blowout number. Permits were up 1.9%. They expected it up 0.7%. So as we get into the spring, as you know, all these issues start happening because you have such a tight labor market, tight housing market. Yeah, labor is tight too. Weekly retail sales, as I said yesterday and this morning, they generally come out about 3% higher, and they did. The FOMC meeting has begun. The U.S. last night, can you believe this? There was a handshake deal in Congress that they have reached a deal on the border, funding, so on and so forth. Now, not Ukraine, not Israel, not Taiwan, but everything else to keep the government open. Now it's a race to make sure that they can get this all done, because you have to post it for 3 days in certain rules, then it has to be talked about. Not everybody's going to be on board. I don't know where the fights will be, but the fact that you have a handshake deal, so far those have been working. The Bank of Japan scraps its interest rates, gets rid of some of the curve yields, controls that they had as well, and the yen drops on the news rather hard. Interesting. Reserve Bank of Australia, well, it held its interest rate as expected, but the hawkish talk started to disappear. So what we've got now are two of the banks out of the way. Our FOMC's meeting right now. We'll get news from them tomorrow, and I'm going to repeat, it's going to be all about the dot plot. That's what you want to look at. Right now, the gold market got hit early on. It has been recovering. It opened near the highs, dropped about $16. The silver market is under a little pressure today. Copper's under a lot more pressure. Still problems in China with a lot of the realtors there, the developers. Platinum down $21. Part of this has to do with the dollar. Now, the dollar sold off from its high, but it was up about 50 points on the day. You can see the Aussie down 36 points. The yen, as I said, got hit pretty good, down 66.5 points. There's a big open interest short. They've got a winning day in that market. Grain market's fairly flat. We're getting a little change, some short covering, looks to me like coming in, bonds and notes, but why not? You're waiting to see what the dot plots are going to look like in the next day or so. Take a look at this hit that's happening in Bitcoin. So this market has just fallen again about 10-15% from its peak. And that is just normal, nothing abnormal going on there. When we look at gasoline, down a little bit. It was down about 250 points. It's finding bids, as I thought it would, on each of these breaks, but I still think this market is going to be a market, whether it's the May or the June, probably closer to $3 as the spring-summer season gets itself going, and that's going to be, to me, the important thing. Now, I've written already quite a bit of information on my research as to what's happened in Japan, what's going on in Australia, how this is going to work with the U.S. budget, who's doing what, where we're at. I talk about some oil this morning. It's very important. Got to put this all together. And you get my twice daily reports when they come out. If I have buy signals, they're in green, sells are in red. I back it up with charts each morning. So we review 40 charts in the futures markets. First thing about 5 in the morning, specific entry, exit, right, wrong. I write in this fashion. So I'll give you ideas what's going on, the headlines, then synopsis of what's going on there. Of course, on regular type trades that aren't momentum, I want to have those stop orders in place. Momentum trades, we talk about those. Those are longer term that you often hold on to. How do you get this? It's simple. If you haven't done it, go to IraEpstein.com under free offers. If you have, join us. Become a subscriber first thing in the morning. You get a big break on price to give it a try. Go to IraEpstein.com under the word research. I'll see you all at the end of the day with our market wrap-ups. You have a great trading day.